Ooh, we are live. Hey guys, this is Korbelz. Welcome to the very first stream 00 of Warlords 4 prologue. Title I'm calling it for now. Haven't come up with something better, but what Warlords 4 is going to be is obviously a Warlord game mode for Arma 4, but we can't play Arma 4 right now. We don't have any information about it, but we do have access to the enfusion tools, fusion development stuff, so makes sense to make a prologue or a prequel type game mode. So I just work out technology and figure out what's possible, what's not possible before Arma 4 comes out. That's what we're going to be doing here in this stream over the next, I don't know, year or so, year or two, however long it takes Arma 4 to come out. It's probably going to be extremely slow as I learn enfusion because I spent about a month playing with enfusion when it first came out, but Reforger is kind of a dead game. So it's like, yeah, I'll take a break from this, let this mature a little bit. Because there was some issues with the engine and stuff. It still needs to work out, but they're working on it a lot. Got a lot done. So it's good for Arma 4 that they're working all this stuff out now. But we're gonna get stuff started. So very first thing we need to do is we need to make some kind of logo. 3D. Print 3D. I think there is a program. Ow. Crap, that hurts my eyes. I am looking for, there's a Paint 3D. Open with Paint. No. It's photos. I remember there is a program somewhere on Windows that lets me do 3D text. I probably should have got like a proper art program here. Edit. Chang. Oh, whatever. Let's just do Paint. Actually, I bet there's a website. Probably some good online websites that do Paint. Paint website. Oh wow, this website is literally the old school. Check this website out. This website is literally like the old Windows 3.1 MS Paint program. Wow, that's old school, dude. I remember using that as like a kid. Doing we would like do like individual pixels. We would color like would zoom it way in, do all the individual pixels. Oh, oh, I found another one. It's the same, literally the same thing. Almost something that basic. Microsoft Paint. Um, I thought these online paint things were gonna be a little. Wow, this is the fourth one in a row I found. They're all exactly the same. Okay, so we're just gonna use whatever paint. pretty sure there is a better art program. Art programs on Windows 11. I wanted 3D text is what I'm actually looking for. Okay, well, I'll have to do some more research and we'll figure out that next week. But for now, we need to get moving on this. So first thing I need is, how big is this? Image properties. Okay, that's almost 1080p, but that just looks super small because it's on my 4K monitor. So let's zoom in a whole bunch here. Ah, there we go. I feel like I should make this way bigger, like much, much bigger. So I think I have to keep this ratio the same because I remember having a problem with this when I was making a thumbnail last time. So we're going to do 2048 by 1024. Okay. Boom, much bigger. Okay, first thing I have to do is fill black. Boom, okay. Zoom this in. This really doesn't let me zoom in. Okay, I guess we're not going to zoom in. Okay, so I need something that looks kind of Roman because we're going to be using Roman numerals for the 4, so I need something that kind of fits that style. Oh, it's amazing how many text types there are. Then, ooh, there we go. Tahomo? Tahomo? Kind of like that one right now so far seems to be the most Roman-esque to me. That's going to work well with Roman numerals. I wonder what Roman numerals and New Time Romans look like. Okay, so we'll test these two out. I kind of think Tomo is going to be the way to go, though. It seems a little more bold. And okay, so I need, what color are we going to make this? Could be bold, centered, and I want it to be white, I think. I need the little upper left-hand corner of the screen. I need to have empty because that's where I'm put the episode numbers. And this corner, I think I need open because I seems to be like the people putting their little banner, an icon up here in the corner for the workshop. I'm not going to do it on this. This is just going to be a template image, and then we'll work on the rest of the stuff later. And that is very small. Centered. Oh wow, you can go above 72. I didn't know that. Let's just test out, see what, no. It's writing in black. Okay, so let's undo. So I need to figure out this text thing. Okay, let's try this again. I already don't like that. So let's try a different font here. There we go. That is much better. I think I may have put that a little bit too high up on the... Yeah, let's undo all that. This is dumb. Can't undo. Okay, fill black. Oop. White text. So 140 way over here, right in the middle. Just a smidge. Okay, the Roman numerals are good in that, but I need to make this whole thing a little bit smaller. If I get a better art program, this is... Oh. That is incredibly basic. Like, I wanted words with, like, some more depth and, like, shadow to them, maybe, but... I think, given my limited art skills, we're gonna roll with that. Okay, we need to make a new folder. Call this Warlords 4. Warlords 4 templates. So with this, even though I think I'm going to scrap this eventually, this will be our basic template. Okay, so next up we need no idea what color I want to use. And I gotta make sure I spell this correctly. I always spell prologue wrong. Definitely not correct. Oh, that does not look good versus like those really hard. Okay, let's come up with something better here. That looks absolutely awful. I'm not gonna lie. This is I need a different text here. What I need is better art program for better words here. That is gonna be impossible to read on a thumbnail. Wow, that is even worse. I need something that's kind of spaced out. Oh, there we go. Courier new. Yeah. Okay, and that gives me the top where I can put my logo up here in this corner, and I can do episode number up there. Yeah, let's roll with this. Definitely planning on, hopefully next week I'll get a better art program. And we can template prologue. Okay, then with this template, I can like mass produce all my little thumbnails. And whenever it comes to the point where I'm going to put it on the workshop, I'll toss my logo up there. Cool. And that's the right format for doing stuff in game too, I think. And time to troll Discord a little bit, because June was Discord was just talking about Warlords IV taking shape. So I'm gonna upload this to Imager. New post. And test this out. Cool. All right, trolling of Discord is done. So we have a thumbnail that we're going to use for our project. Now we got to jump into So what we're gonna have to do, I don't remember last time I started Arma Reforger, but whenever there's an update for Arma Reforger, before you start tools, you need to jump into Reforger. Don't know why, but it like loves to kick out an error if you don't do this. Yeah, I need to play Conflict, because that's basically the base game. How does this work? So you click this and it like takes you to a Am I just gonna pop into a game or something? Like, what's happening here? I feel like it should be taking me to a server. It put me in a game. What on earth? It literally just tossed me onto a server. Get me out of here, dude. Just need to jump onto a... Wow, this game's got way more popular since last time I played it. Bunch of maxed out servers. One of them, of course, is Arma Life. uh, those Arma Life guys are actually doing some really cool stuff. I don't think it's Team Elon, though. I think there's another life mod on GitHub that I was looking at. Wow, there's a whole bunch of maxed out servers. Guess I fixed some of the networking stuff. Go to my favorites. Oh no, they converted one of my favorites over to a Game Master. Oh no, all my favorites are gone. Ooh. Unfavorite are you? Go find some new favorites for conflict. Conflict 64. Did they get rid of all the 64-person servers? Dude. Lame. Yeah, they did. Rid of every single 64-man server. Okay, do they have any that are not crossplay? Here we go. So as soon as we load up in here, we can just pop right out. Then we can jump into tools and get started. Since we're going to be using conflict is basically the base game mode in here. Like when you select base game mode as a dependency, it is loading up conflict. Okay, cool. Can leave. And we can jump into tools. And for some reason, one of the last updates, I lost everything I had. It wasn't showing up here properly, so I went through and deleted everything. So we are starting completely fresh. All the old projects are gone and dead. Warlords IV. Prologue. And dependency is going to be Armor Forger. And I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot how you start a world. Remember, you have to select a world. But I completely forgot how. Yeah, because you have to create a subscene and then you can start doing stuff. Okay, to the wiki we go. Let's go figure this out. I actually just went over this last night doing prep here, but here we go. General game mode setup. Oh, I gotta get my stuff linked too. There's a way you can link the wiki with this. Feel like figure that out. Utilities. There's a setting in here somewhere that when you set it up to work with the wiki, it will automatically link stuff to you. slow in this. Okay, so we have our project here. Warlords IV prologue add-on project. So what we need to do is, I really don't want to mess this up though. I know I need a world and I know I need a base game mode. So I can't find the information on the wiki, so I'm going to go back to my own little personal wiki thing I made. I don't have the starter steps on there either. But I do have all the other stuff I need for basic game setup down at the bottom. So this is the real fun, trying to click through the wiki, trying to find the correct. So I know exactly what page I'm looking for. As soon as I see it, I'm going to okay, I found out what I was looking for. I found the wrong page, but I found out what we were looking for at the end, the linking thing I was talking about. So so I need to go to, see, this is where their wiki like actually sucks. Okay, there it is. So they don't have pictures. Okay, so you go to Workbench, then you go to Options, then a Workbench tab, go to Register Enfusion Protocol. Register Enfusion Protocol. Okay, cool. Oh wow, it works. You can click a link. That's cool. Okay, I don't want to do this. I wanted to find a specific tutorial page that I was looking for, but it looks like we are not going to be able to do that. Yeah, because I am not going to sit here for the next 3 hours, so we're going to have to double check this weekend when I have some more time. Oh, I might have found the correct spot here. Nope, this is generators. Okay, well, we're going to use my old checklist, and we're just going to wing this. Now we're going to set our debug world up to begin with. Right. Okay, so first thing we should do is open a world. It's starting to come back to me here. Okay, what we're opening right now is Everon. Yes, here we go. Everon. And it's locked, thankfully. Oh, they start you at the airfield. That's cool. They start you out in the middle of the ocean. Is a nice little quality of life change. So if we wanted to do this, we would create a subscene file, new world, and then we create a subscene of Everon, and this will let us have the ability to edit stuff within this. Okay, cool. So now we have a entirely new hierarchy tree here, which lets me do stuff in here. So let's play full screen, play from camera position. I think it's just going to plot me all the way down. Oh, I don't have a game mode. Can't play without some kind of game mode, huh? I think for now we're going to start off by just putting in a base game mode. That'll give me something to start working with here. But next weekend for our to-do list, we are going to be making a probably a new world, which is going to be a debug world. Let's go grab the base game mode. Okay, and I need to, so I think it was create. We want SCR base game mode. Boom, we have a base game mode. Sweet. Yeah, it's slowly coming back to me here. I don't think I made nearly enough scenarios last time. And then from here is when I can start editing stuff. So let's, oh, I need to name it. So this is the world that I'm going to be calling this. So we're calling this Warlords 4 or P Everon. Maybe it doesn't like underscores. I need a worlds folder. Here's what I actually think I need here. Ah, here we go. So Warlords 4 prologue, and then I need to create a new folder that is worlds. And there's a file directory tutorial on the wiki, and I think one of the things we'll do next weekend is work on getting our file structure set up properly, because file structure is really important, particularly with the game script. So what do we want to, so we're going to call it Warlords 4 prologue, and this is going to be on the Everon map. Cool. Come down here. Sweet. And then I have a Everon ENT world here. Yay. So then we can jump in and play. I think while we're here tonight, I may set up the debug world too. I could do without that music. Okay, cool. That music is fucking ear-piercingly loud. Okay, and I think, tell you what, since we're here, I want to make a completely new world. Hmm. Ah, see, it's just going to create a subscene of what I just did, which I don't want. Yeah, we need to delete this. There is a way for me to really hope I didn't just create another subscene of that world. Okay, cool. I did not save that subscene. Sweet. Okay, so we got our base game mode going. And I did not do a lot of research beyond this point. Remember the scripts? I made a little troll script for Discord. Auto player respawn. I remember this does not let you like select a new loadout and stuff, but we're gonna end up editing all this later on. So what were the other things on my checklist I needed to add? If we want to add factions and stuff. Okay, so we'll need factions. So we need a SCR faction manager. Go to create. SCR faction manager. And double check my checklist here. Yep. Next up is going to be a loadout manager. And go back to that. Create. Loadout manager. Okay, it's spawn points, and this is why I wanted to make a much simpler, smaller map, but we'll do that next weekend. I'll work on the debug map. So for now, we will just put tell you what, we'll use this ramp as a little oversimplified version of a Warlords map. So we will put the USSR spawn point. Okay, for this one, I think I actually need a entity, not just a spawn point. So those other ones, I was not using prefabs. I was just using the base thing, so we'll set them up later. But for this, I think I actually need entities here. What happens if I click this? Okay, that was not helpful. Okay, that was absolutely not helpful. Oh, I forgot to add the image. Set thumbnail. There we go. Warlords IV. And the perk, this right here is why you want to have a debug world. Because that whole loading time thing, you can kind of bypass all that. There is a building in front of me. There it is. I know there was a building in front of me. Okay, so let's try underscore USSR here. Okay, there was a better way to search this. I remember being able to add these spawn points super fast back in the day. Oh, probably prefab libraries. Nope. There we go. So it's under prefabs, multiplayer spawning. Okay. So where are we gonna put? We'll put Russia all the way down at this end. Their base. And we will put, say, all the way at this end, behind that building there. And then this ramp will be our little miniature Warlords map that we could test on. Till next week when I make that debug map. On point US. Here we go. Oh. Now US and Russia both have spawn points. This is good. So respawn system component. It's kind of silly, but I like to drop all my stuff in the same spot here on the runway. So next up, I need back to the create tab. I need SCR respawn. So if I was a respawn component, where would I be? Okay, there's my respawn system component. Except that is a component. So when you see a little C right here, it's not something you drop in. It's something you add on to, I think, base game mode, maybe. There we go. So what I did there is I went back to my hierarchy here under this tab, went to base game mode. Then you come over here, and then all the way down at the bottom, you can add a component. And this little .c file here is a component. So then from here, I could scroll through and like read all these, which you probably need to, but at some point. But I'll probably do over that on Twitch next week during the week. So yeah, my general plan for working on this, because obviously we're not going to be making much progress on this if I'm just sitting here fiddling for 2 or 3 hours Friday nights. So my plan is to stream for an hour or two, like Monday through Thursday on Twitch. And I won't be working on this specifically, but I'll be working inside enfusion just to get a better handle on it. So when we come back to Friday nights, I'll have some knowledge and a better understanding of what I need to be doing here. Okay. So what I've done is here in the add component box and search box, I search for SCR respawn component, and I need to add this to my game mode. So now I've basically added a little building block to my base game mode. It's a respawn component. And this has some stuff you can do with it, all that. But then I'm going back to my base game mode here, and I want to add another component. And this, I think, is just straight up respawn. Respawn components. I feel like these are kind of doubly enabling something there. Okay, faction manager. So we have the faction manager and loadout manager, and those work with this base game mode stuff, I think. So we have another component we need to add, which is SCR. And what we're looking for here is a handle SCR respawn handler component. Boom, cool. And we got one more. And this is the respawn menu component. Okay, and this respawn menu handler component, I think, allows me to manually respawn myself after I die. Sweet. Getting good for just the basic setup stuff. Surprised how much I actually remembered. Since I think it's been months since I've opened up this. Okay, so let's save this. Okay, it is saved. So I switched into game mode, so it should bring up a faction selection screen. You have to die. Okay, let's go to game mode here. Do not autoplay or respawn. I forgot how I started the game up as so there was a way I did this before. So I'm gonna have to dig into these files a little bit more next week. because I had this set up for where I would click play, and it would take me to a like title screen. Then I would select my faction, and I would spawn at that individual faction. Yeah, I've messed something up here. So that's okay. It gives us a point to work on for next week. I play from camera position, what happens? Didn't actually plan on the stream being quite this short, but what is that noise, dude? I keep pressing escape trying to get to the menu. Like I actually probably need to go into the real game and change whatever sound setting that is. Oh, there's a menu right here where I can skip the faction selection screen for debugging. It's not selected, but okay. Faction manager. Play around with you. Factions. Oh, it's because I didn't add factions. That's probably why. I forgot that I'm using just the so since I'm doing everything from scratch here, call that US. So I don't even think my spawn points will work because I'm gonna have to key them up to these. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Wow, I could do like everything for these factions. This is gonna be cool. But let's add a. Actually, let's try adding a campaign faction here. I bet this might be pre-configured for me. Nope. Okay, so the campaign has a bunch extra stuff. Allows you to set flags and all that kind of stuff. That's cool. Get rid of this though. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of that faction as well. And I crashed the game. From base game mode. Okay, back in the game. So let's go back to our hierarchy tab. Back to base game mode. And I know why we're getting that script error. That's because our spawn points and all this other stuff we have set up. I'll set up assuming you have factions, and we don't have factions right now. So one way we can fix that is there is a different game mode you can. So I'm using the completely vanilla, nothing set up base game mode. There is other game modes you can use. Just browsing the wiki here real quick to make sure I got my stuff correct. Let's go check the log console here, see what's actually happening here. Okay, so here is an entity and spawn. There's literally no way for you guys to see this on stream, but what it says is respawn component. Respawn component must always be attached to the entity of a player controller type. I'm going to attach entity base game mode at yada yada yada. So, the wiki says the same thing too. Let's check our faction managers here. Tell you what, we're gonna cheat here a little bit. Do faction. We'll look up faction manager as well. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here is I'm going to go base game mode. I'm going to try adding the so I have my respawn components and respawn handlers. But I don't have my respawn component. Okay. Enable that. Save. Just testing something out here. Since that was the script that was throwing the error, I want to see what happens. Ah. Okay. So I disabled the script that was throwing the error, and it now spawns me in the game. Spawn me at the camera position though, I think. Okay, well that's progress. Yeah, that definitely spawned me at camera position. See if that chucks me out in the ocean. Yes. Okay. So it's the startup menu that's actually doing that. So right now I'm just gonna scroll through these component lists real quick, see if I can see something simple I'm forgetting here. If not, I'll close up stream and do a bunch more research next week during over on Twitch and see where we messed up. But at least we got a starting point, that's really important. Ooh, vehicle fixing simulation. It's in here. They're adding jets. It's probably empty if you look at it. Okay, this is all weapon stuff I don't need. Timer. Binge. Helicopter exhaust effect component. Sounds cool. Okay, I found a base loadout component. Not what I want to add though. Okay, world, sound, system, user actions. Well, I remember messing around with these when I was making the fast travel meme. I attached like a player action component, like a little menu thing to a toilet. Because like any entity you have in the world, you can attach. Like, see this? Like, so this is a generic entity. It has a mesh object and like a rigid body, but you can add more components to this, just like the other stuff. Well, maybe not that particular one, but you can add components to these to make them like interactable and stuff. So I added like the player interaction thing to a toilet seat. It's pretty funny. It's really neat how you can do that in this. I don't know how to unselect that though. I would really like to not have that fogging out my. There we go. And yeah, I completely lost my game mode here. Back to components. Start at the bottom since I think I'd scrolled pretty far through the list. Actually, let's check my. Yeah, I have a bunch of extra stuff in here. So I don't want to go too crazy with this. I want to do a little bit more research. So, but we got this set up, and I'll have this weekend to let me do some research, and then next week I can fiddle around because I think next week I'm going to be working on a project. My Twitch project is going to be something called like Everon Truck Simulator, which be something pretty simple. It's just going to be spawn in, call in a truck. You drive your truck to little sectors, and a little text message pops up saying, hey, you drove to the sector, kind of thing. Pretty simple little project. I think over the course of a week I should be able to get it done, or at least flesh out a little bit. And that'll actually help me learn triggers and spawning and all that stuff. And a little more laid back, because I don't want this to just be like hours and hours of me here fumbling on YouTube, because that's not good YouTube content. But hey, we got it started, and I know exactly what I need to be researching this weekend if I have some time. So we can close the stream up there. Not quite as much progress as I wanted to make. I wanted to be able to like log in, pick my faction, log in, and all that stuff. But we'll work on that next week. Baby steps. We got time here. So baby steps. So I will see you guys next week or during the week if you want to check me out on Twitch. I'll probably stream much earlier than this on Twitch. I'm gonna try to do morning streams over there. So see ya.